Yeah, it was an incredible game, as you said. Yeah, we just talked in the shed there about the ball in play was one of the highest ball in plays for the season across the NRL. I think the ball was in play for nearly 63 minutes, which is huge for any match. But for a test match where a number of guys hadn't played for a number of weeks, so I thought that the braveness and the courage from the team was unbelievable to be able to keep at it and stay at it. And we felt that we probably found our best footy in the second half. It took us a little bit of time to adjust in the first half to the style, people playing together, combinations and stuff like that. But I thought once we got into the second half, we really put our best foot forward, and we found our best kicking game with that. And we were able to really jam them down into their end and give ourselves the best opportunity to be our best. And I think that if you look at that and you look at the way that we played, there's a lot of lessons to take away from it to improve. But it's still pretty disappointing that we didn't get the result tonight.
Are there any issues with the Kiwis try at the end?
I don't know. They gave it a try, so at the end of the day, it's on the board, and that is what it is. So that's why those people are paid to do that job.
Just I guess Jerome, Junior, just give us an idea of what it's like with that support behind you when you run out for the warm-up. That was shrieking and screaming. It must be great.
It's powerful. You definitely feel that in the energy of the crowd. But I think we just spoke about at the end of the day, the crowd can't play the game for us. We got to be the ones to go out there and get the job done. So obviously feeling a bit of disappointment, but we get to try and make amends for that next week.
What was the deal just before the game? James Fisher-Harris came over, almost trying to move you guys, I think, for the hack. I mean, what was the deal there?
No comment. Between players.
Jerome, did you feel like you, as the coach just said, come home really strong in the second half? Did you feel like you were going to win the game? Was that the feeling?
Maybe not. It was just a feeling at the end of the day, but we were just trying to find our best footy out there, I think. And we didn't get the result, but I think we definitely played our best footy in the second half. That was probably on myself. I touched the ball the most out there, and I think that first half I picked a couple of bad options, but I think I really found what works for us in the second half. So we keep building on that now. We've got another week, full week of training. We'll keep building on what we did in that second half, I think.
And how critical was that Kiwis try 2 seconds before the half-time?
Yeah, that try just before half-time was a really big try. I felt that we clawed our way back into the match in the first half, and we felt we started the game really well. We thought that we were in the tussle at the start of the game. It was end to end for a period of time, and we found our way back into it as the half went. But to just lose concentration for that split second there at the back end of the half, and it's not just the try; it's the plays leading up to the try as well. That was probably the thing around the concentration. I think in those moments like that 2 minutes or 3 minutes before half time, like you can clock off for just a moment because you think half time's coming around, and that can really hurt you, I think, and it did hurt us because we thought that we'd clawed our way back into it. So it wasn't a great one to give away, and then obviously come out in the second half and you're having to sort of chase yourself a little bit to get back into the game. I thought if it went to half time as it was and it was even, I think that coming back out in the second half, we would have gone out and probably come over the top of them early on. But it wasn't to be. We let that try in, and that's something that we need to work on as a group.
Just a word on Payne Haas, he made a million tackles. I think he barely got a break.
Yeah. He's amazing. The same with a lot of our middle forwards. I think that you guys need to be careful that it's not just about Payne; it's about the team. I thought Junior was great. I thought Frankie Molo came on and played. Thought Frankie Molo came on and played extremely well off the bench. Thought Josh started the game well for us as well. Simi, played a lot of minutes for us as well. So Payne was brilliant, and Payne plays really well on a week-to-week basis, but it's a team game, and for you to be able to compete in test matches, your team has to perform well, and I thought that we did that for periods throughout the game tonight, and everyone was in that, where we performed well for periods, and then we were off for periods and we lost concentration. So although Payne played really well, I thought there was a number of other guys that really contributed to our performances and added to what we did when they came on. And as I said, I thought Frankie Molo was brilliant. I thought Simi Sasangi was brilliant as well in what they did when they came onto the field. So, credence to Payne, but I think that it's more than just Payne, it's a team game.
Could you talk a bit about the impact Chanel made off the bench as well?
Yeah. Chanel was probably playing a little bit of a different role to what he plays on a week-to-week basis with the Warriors. Obviously playing dummy half when he came on. So we had him on the bench to, cover the halves and play dummy half, which I think in, the current game, and you guys saw the game, we had 3 pretty bad head knocks. Like, I think you need to be able to cover the majority of positions across your team, and his main spot was to cover dummy half, which he did, and obviously, with Jazz being ruled out with a head knock, it was a great move to have him on the bench. So I thought that his impact was really, really good. He kicked the almost 40-20 that was tapped back in that resulted in a try, and that was something that sort of he practiced throughout the week. So for him to bring a different skill set to the game at that period of the game, I think it just sort of shifted our momentum a little bit in our favour, and you need those players on the bench to be able to do that. And as I said, I thought Frankie, Simi and Chanel were able to do that for us tonight, and that got us back into the game. So you need those guys off the bench to be able to do that when you're playing big games like this.
How's the rest of the injury ward?
Yeah, good. Obviously, you guys would have seen that we lost a few guys with head knocks, and poor Ada, he's pretty dusty at the moment, but we'll get his family across to him and make sure that he's okay. We've got a lot of blood and a lot of stitches going on in the room at the moment, and some bruises and all of that. But that's part and parcel of a big game of that sort of physicality and that sort of ball-in play time. You wouldn't expect anything else, and the players are putting their bodies on the line for their country, and that's what they're going to go and do. So credence to them. I thought that it was brilliant in a lot of ways, but at the end of the day, we didn't get the win, so it doesn't tick the boxes that we wanted to tick.
Junior, how tough was their bench physically? It seemed like the 2 forward packs were just incredible collisions.
Yeah, it was. Definitely to start the game. A few comments throughout the week about sort of that first 15-20 minutes was going to be a bit of a bloodbath, and it was. We saw a couple, like EG said, a few stitches, a bit of blood there, but it was a game of 80 minutes, and you got to be able to hang on right to the end there, and that's test match footy. We trained for it, and although we come up short, I thought we really stuck in the game and created opportunities, but with the opportunities, you've got to be able to seize those moments, and we're unfortunate towards the back end there, but that's not about being content with almost winning. It's about what's our next role from here. How do we get better? How do we ice those moments? And when you're putting jerseys in the frame to finish off those tries, I think that's what we wanted to work on in getting the numbers around, the blue jerseys around, and following and being there in support. So like I said, we created the opportunities, but now it's about how do we finish them off and really ice these moments.
How does this performance set you up for what's coming next week? I know you're hurting now, but how does this actually set you up? Having a game under your belt?
Yeah, we spoke about taking confidence out of it, but it was a bit rusty to start there, and that was always going to happen with a lot of guys not playing for a while, but that's not to use it as an excuse leading into next week's game now. So we do have this game under our belt, but we're trying to find ways on how do we get the win, how do we tick the boxes throughout the week and set ourselves up. So that's one thing that's on our side, is we've got a bit of chemistry now, and we sort of adapted along the way in that second half. But now we've got another week ahead of us in terms of building what we need to.
Jerome, just a word on players. How do you feel that combination that went out there tonight for you guys in the halves?
Probably spoken about it already. We played our best footy in the second half, and that was credence, the word was, I think. A lot of credit to Blaze. I think he came out of his shell a bit. He was around the ball, he was running the ball, and he really took the game on, I thought, in the second half. So, like June said, bit of chemistry now, and hopefully we can take that momentum into next week.
And just as one of the leaders in this team, what does it mean for you to see the likes of your youngsters like Blaze and even Luai get out there tonight and jump the blue jersey?
Yeah, there was a bit of an unexpected debutant, and I thought when he came on, he he really was involved in the game, and I think he sort of helped with that second half that we spoke about. So he might get an opportunity again next week. So I'm sure he'll be ready for that.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.